Thank you.
Be doing well here again.
It feels good. It feels very hot and humid, but yeah, no, I played well before. I played here well before and into the quarters, so very happy with that.
How was that match today? I mean, she came back in the second set. It was really tough, but then how were you able to just kind of get into cruise control in that third?
Well, I played really well in the first set. I was very aggressive, and then in the second, I had a tough first game where I saved a few break points, and then came back. And I don't know if I sort of expected her to sort of break off and just give it to me, because I totally stopped with my footwork and I was just missing a lot. And she stepped up her game. She played a little more aggressive and returned my serves better. And I was just slow, as if frozen. And then in the third set, I felt like I did much better again. Yeah.
Andrea, you added a new team this year, is that correct? Coach
Yes.
and trainer. When did you hire them, and what specifically positive changes have they kind of brought to you?
Well, I kind of went back to the academy that I always worked with, and but there is a new coach, so it's kind of new and old at the same time. I guess that's lucky. No, but I added a fitness coach and physiotherapist to my team, who's great. He's Serbian and he does an amazing job. And I feel like a lot of pieces are falling into the puzzle this year, especially with my team. I feel like I have a really strong team around me. I have a mental coach and I have a new agent, and all of these things falling into place. So this year feels to me like, you know, these bands that have an album where you don't really get what it is, but they need to do it to get to the next stage. That's how this year feels to me.
You also, that's an interesting way to put it. You also kind of talked about how, I don't know if you used the words existential crisis, but you said when you were being injured a lot, you were definitely kind of going through a little bit of that. Do you feel like you're on the other side? You're ready for that?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely feel in a much better place. Yeah, I was struggling mentally and emotionally a few years back, or a few years back, 2 years back, and then last year was like a big hangover from the existential crisis, and now things are falling into place and I feel like I can attack again. But I'm definitely on the other side now, and feel very happy with where I am, and very, very fortunate, very blessed with what I'm allowed, what I can do. And yeah, I think it was important to have that sort of questioning myself, but now I'm glad it's over as well.
You've always had a really good appreciation for the history of women's tennis.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you before. I don't know, did you know about the Battle of the Sexes movie that's coming out? Are you familiar with the Battle of the Sexes? Kind of when do you remember hearing about that event?
Well, I guess for us Europeans, it was a little less of a deal than for Americans, but I definitely know what happened, and I want to watch the movie. There are so many good movies coming out now that I want to see, so I think I'm just going to do 5 days in a cinema in a row or something. But this is definitely a movie I want to watch. I'm really excited about that, and Billie Jean King has always been a huge inspiration to me, to all of us, I think, not only as tennis players, but as women, but especially as tennis players. So very excited to see that. Has anybody seen it yet of you guys? You have seen it? So is it good? I don't like that shrug. Okay, good. Okay, cool.
You know, I have talked to a few of the other players from Europe who hadn't heard about the Battle of the Sexes and didn't know about it.
Oh, really?
Do you think it's important for it to come out now and for the players to become a little bit more familiar with this big moment?
I would like that. I think it's always important to know your history. It gives you sort of an understanding for what is happening right now for the moment, because we wouldn't be here without all these females that have done such incredible work before us. And I think it gives you also a perspective, and it gives you hope for the future when you know your history. I think it's very important, not only in tennis, but just in general, to be at least a little familiar with history and what's going on. So I would like that a lot of players see that movie. I'm definitely gonna go watch it. So yeah, I'm gonna watch Dunkirk. I'm gonna watch all of the movies. Dunkirk. There are so many good movies now.
You mentioned getting a new agent. Have you had an agent before?
I've never had an agent.
So why the decision to get an agent for the first time at this stage of your career?
Oh, I think it was, well, first of all, he's a guy that is a very smart guy. He's Swedish. He worked with Martin Kaima for a long time, and he's very smart, and he inspires me a lot with building my team, and he just adds something to me personally, not only as an agent. And I think it was more as a symbol for myself as well. Not more, but also a symbol to myself that I really am willing to attack again and to really, not just go with the flow, that I'm not as high in the rankings as I was, but really as a signal to myself that I'm hungry and I want to do this again. And it just, I can't really explain it. There are just some things that fell into place this year, and he was one of these persons that came into my life, and that inspired me a lot. So I definitely wanted. I don't think I would have started working with an agent if it wasn't for him. But yeah,
you were in a unique position, I guess, as a top 10 player, even with no agent, getting all the sponsorship requests and patch offers and things like that on your own. How did you manage all that at the time?
Well,
sometimes those even come like during tournaments.
Yeah, well, my dad helped me a lot with that, but also I just feel like I learned a lot through it. I learned a lot I just got familiar with the business side of things, I would say, which is important because there will be a career for me after tennis, hopefully. I don't know, but hopefully there will be something for me after tennis, and I think it's important to gather as many experiences as I can, and tennis offers so much. It's not just the athletic part of the sport, and I'm glad I made those experiences, but now it's a new step in my career as well.
Andrea, you said you had a mental coach. Anything in particular that you're trying to weed out or improve?
I think it was more, he gave me a few tools definitely at hand that I can use in matches when I get really stressed. And it helps, I have to say. He gave me a few exercises how I can relax and how I can get in the right focus. But more than anything, he just helped me analyze my career, because it had so many ups and downs and so many injuries, and just sort of make my peace with it, I think was very important. And so also he just appeared in my life. It's just strange this year. There are just these random people popping up and helping me move forward or in a new direction, and I'm very, very glad that they are there.
And random question, do you have a story from your career of a time where you've had just really brutal scheduling, where you've come in and you've been jet lagged, or you've had to play super late and then super early the next morning? Is there anything that comes to mind?
Oh yeah, actually in Sertogenbosch it was terrible scheduling. I played third match after 12 against Kiki Bertens. It was our first grass court tournament. And we played 3 sets, and the grass courts are really tough on the body, especially the first match. Afterwards, you get used to it. But it was a brutal match. It went on for 2 hours 40 or something. And then I played first match the next day. And I was so angry because I literally because sometimes people think if they schedule us at 11, the first match, we sleep until 9 and we are there at 10 and then we eat something, we just go out on court. That's not the case. We have to warm up at 9. You have to get up at 6:30. I'm not 20 anymore. I need to do exercises to be ready to perform. I need to do prevention stuff. So for me, it's I didn't get back to the hotel before 8, and then there was a players' party that was mandatory that I had to go to, and I had to play next day, and obviously I was just... But that was terrible scheduling, yeah.
Thank you. Over here. Hi. I want to know...
Sorry.
How are you? I want to know your goals, thinking into the future, and what are the expectations from here to the end of the season in the career?
Well, as I said, I feel like this year is a transit year for me. It's my in-between album that nobody will remember, but but I still feel like I can as I said, a lot of things are falling into place right now, and I still think I can do some damage this year, but I'm not putting any expectations on myself. I just want to sort of go with the flow, but I definitely feel like I still have the best tennis inside of me, and I'm patient enough to wait for that, but I feel like I'm putting all the things into the right places to be able to sort of explode from there.
Yeah. Andrea, have you heard anything about the speed of the court on Stadium Court compared to the other courts at this tournament?
I just know that the grandstand one is very quick. It's super, super quick compared to the practice course I practiced on before. I have not heard about center court. I feel like somebody said it's a little slower, but it's probably pretty quick as well. But I think in general, we always know when Washington DC, the courts are pretty quick. So, but I feel like grandstand one is really, really fast.
Sort of an odd question, but I was asked this by a fan and didn't really have an answer. Do you know why WTA players almost always practice in shorts and then wear skirts during matches? Because there's no other sport where people sort of wear that different clothing for, practice versus competition that I
never thought about this.
But it's true, right? I mean, you see almost everybody practicing in shorts.
I wear shorts for doubles sometimes. I guess it's, I don't know, I'm guessing now. I'm like literally guessing now, but maybe it's some kind of, there's this big occasion of playing the match, and then you get out your best gear and you put your skirt on and you swirl around. I don't know. I really don't know.
Thank you.
I really don't know. Okay. Thanks, guys.